Welcome to our fifth episode in the series Working with Manus. If you haven't watched the first episode, then you're not familiar with Manus. I advise you to go back to the first half of the first episode where I explain all the components, all the visual components, and the way that Manus is working, because I'm not going to re-explain it in every episode. So please go to episode 1 and come back. Welcome back. Today, we're asking Manus to do some predictive analytics. So we're treating Manus as a data scientist. It has data analytics capabilities. So we wanted to see how good Manus can operate on itself and what type of decision Manus will do with very little instruction. Yeah. So we found on the internet a data set of cells from Walmart that are available on the internet on some data science websites. And we want to use this data to create a predictive model. So to do this, what we're asking Manus to do is eliminate the last 3 months of sales. So use this as test data, build a predictive model on the rest of the data, and predict the sales for the next 3 months and compare the result of your predictive model with the actual data. And then we uploaded the data as an attachment to this prompt as a CSV file. So Manus is coming, creating its to-do list, what needs to happen, looking at the data, understanding the data structure, starting to deploy some components that are needed, and starting to work on predictive analytics using data science packages. Yeah. And then Manus is commenting back, I have some compatibility issues. Without any prompt from the user, when Manus encounters an issue like that, Manus will have a fallback strategy, will actually improvise and design a fallback strategy and move to other packages and other technical solutions. Yeah. So that's exactly what Manus is doing, trying different components, and then coming out with predictive analytics, doing some comparison between predictive data and real data, and computing very interesting metrics into the quality of the predictive model that it had created. And it's creating graphs to illustrate the quality, or to get some insight into the quality of the predictive model, and creating a final report here that looks nice. There's only one slight issue with this one, is that the attachments are not showing up. So here you see that placeholder here. This is supposed to be the graph, but it doesn't show up when we look at it inside Manus's interface. It's really a pity because everything is ready, everything is there, the comments, the graph, everything looks good. So I'm asking Manus, the graphs are not properly integrated with the final deliverables. Can you regenerate the variable? When I'm saying that, I don't really believe it's going to work at that time, because I'm telling Manus something is going wrong with the way you process data, and I'm not sure Manus will be able to take a step back and understand what's happening. It's trying again, and this time it's coming out with an HTML file saying that maybe an HTML file will work better than a Markdown file. And it still doesn't work. So I'm a little bit disappointed, and I'm a little bit sad, but I just realized that if I download that HTML file, it actually works. So this is the downloaded version of the HTML file, and here the graphs are showing up, and it's a very nice report, very sharp, very short, very well organized, very well structured. So it's giving me an overview of the data. It explaining its approach, how it split up the test data and the training data, how it separated the model for each of the store, and then the result and analysis. So raw computation on the results, best performance, lowest performance of the predictive model, and then the graphs with comments, which are well organized and really detailed, are really insightful into understanding the data and understanding the difference between the model and the actual data, the percentage of error, prediction versus sell for the actual sales and the predicted one, and the correlation which is pretty good actually. and then the best performing store and lowest performing store in accuracy between prediction and actual sales. So very good. And then conclusion and insight, recommendation for improvement. So I could have continued and say, all right, let's look at option 3. And Manus will have done a store clustering to try and improve the model. Different strategies. So I have 5 strategies that I could further deep on and use Manus as a very, very good data scientist and very, very good at data analytics. Yeah. So from just a simple data source and very, very little introduction, a very large, a very generic way of processing the data, Manus is coming out with an extremely well-crafted report. So that's it for today for episode 5. If you want to watch more of these episodes, subscribe to our channels so you don't miss the next episode of Working with Manus.